studios of KTEN Television. This is KTEN News at 6.
Right now on KTEN News at 6, smoke signals. The FDA announces new regulations on e-cigarettes, comparing them to real tobacco.
Plus, end of an era.
I sit on this stadium every Friday night.
After more than 70 years, the Texoma football stadium comes to the ground. We'll show you why some people in the community aren't so happy about it.
And plea hearing. The father of a local child who died in his care learned his fate in court today. We've got a live report. KTEN News at 6 starts right now. Good evening, I'm Kathleen Jordan. Welcome to KTEN News at 6.
And I'm Tom Crespo. A White man is headed to prison after playing a part in the death of his 3-month-old baby. The Grayson County District Attorney's Office says that father was sentenced to 5 years today for manslaughter. KTEN's Michelle Choi joins us now live from the Grayson County Justice Center with more. Michelle?
Tom, that sentencing, was part of a negotiated plea agreement. Prosecutors say this is a case that began back in 2014, and while it's been a long time coming, they're glad justice was well served. Grayson County prosecutors say today in court, 23-year-old Charles Lee pleaded guilty to manslaughter. Lee was sentenced to 5 years in prison for the death of his daughter, Lillian Lee. Back in 2014, Lillian died after suffocating on a plastic bag placed in her crib by her mother, Kristen Mayfield. Mayfield was sentenced to 10 years in prison for manslaughter back in March. Prosecutors say Lee knew about the bag but did nothing about it.
He actually helped her cut the bag, which she then placed in the crib. So he knew what she was doing and actually took part in that.
They say Lee and Mayfield were also both high on methamphetamine at the time and had slept for nearly 16 hours straight before discovering Lillian. Now, Lee will be eligible for parole after about a year and a half. Now, coming up tonight on KTEN News at 10, we've obtained exclusive video of an interview by White police with Lee back in 2014, so make sure to tune in for that. Reporting live in Grayson County, Michelle Choi, KTEN News.
Out with the old and in with the new. For more than 70 years, the Texoma football stadium has stood its ground, but in February, a tax hike was approved for the district to begin building a new sports complex. And today, the community took the first step toward that change with a demolition. KTEN's Rebecca Lex has a story.
The football stadium for Atoka schools was built in the 1940s, but over the years it's seen quite a bit of wear and tear, which is why school officials say it's time for something new and improved.
There was some safety concerns with the amount of cracks and the amount of debris that was underneath the stadium that can be very visible.
For many parents, it's hard for them to see the beginning stages of the new multi-million-dollar sports complex take shape. Mom, Ginger Mobb, says the old stadium brings back fond memories of the past.
I just remember my mom. She remembers when it was built, and a lot of stories from her about growing up here and going to school and watching football games.
Others say they share similar memories at the Gridiron.
I played football and I played in the marching band, and I sit on this stadium every Friday night.
A location for the new stadium has not yet been determined, so the cost for it is still up in the air. A 1% sales tax increase will help pay for the new complex, but some people wonder if that money could go to other places.
I am quite unhappy with putting this much money into a sports facility and cutting back on academic and certified teachers.
But Atoka's superintendent, Jay McAdams, tells us this revenue by law can only go towards a multi-sport stadium, leaving some people in Atoka with just a distant memory. Reporting in Atoka, Rebecca Lex, KTEN News.
The school will hold a meeting at the high school gym tonight. It started just a few minutes ago to discuss the new location of the sports complex.
The Valley Lake Power Plant in Fannin County tumbled to the ground this morning, and the implosion was caught on camera. 2 of the 3 towers next to Culpeper Cemetery in Savoy are being cleared for what the company said back in December will be replaced with 2 natural gas combustion turbines. Several neighbors near the plant complained that they had no warning of this morning's implosion. They were jolted by the big boom. The Fannin County Sheriff's Office shot this video and worked crowd and traffic control. The FDA announced today it will start regulating tobacco product alternatives like vapors and e-cigarettes. KTEN's Scott Martin has reaction from those who vape.
The FDA's announcement to regulate e-cigs and other tobacco products has local vapor stores fearing the worst.
It's going to shut them down. I mean, essentially, it's going to put hundreds and thousands of people out of work, for one thing.
Those who use vapors say it's products like this that give them a second chance at living a healthier life.
Lung capacity is definitely a lot higher. I can actually run again, work out, play with my kids, without having to take breaks all the time.
The same rules will be applied for e-cigs that are already in place for tobacco products, meaning if you're 18 years or younger, you won't get to purchase. But some worry the new regulations will just scare them off.
Think about it. When you smoke a cigarette, you're ingesting formaldehyde, you're ingesting arsenic, and over 4,000 more, individual chemicals. But that's deemed safe by the FDA. Ironic, isn't it?
But not everyone agrees. Some say the vapes need to be regulated.
I mean, they probably need to regulate it. We don't need 14-year-olds, 13-year-olds walking around smoking it, do we?
Even the American Academy of Pediatrics is weighing in, saying we welcome the long-awaited final rule by the Food and Drug Administration. Those who quit smoking and started vaping say it's the best thing they could have ever done.
I smoked for 23 years, up to about 3 packs of cigarettes a day. After I started vaping, within 3 days I had quit smoking.
To quit smoking is the fight Beach says he's ultimately there to help others overcome.
We want to help people quit smoking. That's mainly what this industry has always been about.
Reporting in Denison, Scott Martin, KTEN News.
The FDA says the new regulations will start in August.
Turning to weather now, a gorgeous day for us, and it looks like our Friday will be even better.
Let's get a quick check of the forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Alan Mitchell. Alan?
Yeah, thanks a lot there. As a matter of fact, it does look quite good for us. Tomorrow, very similar to today around our Texoma area. We'll do it for you like this for the next few days. Clear and cool tonight, dropping to around 50 degrees, but a bit warmer Friday and Saturday. South winds will be picking up somewhat on Saturday, but not terribly windy. Could make the area lakes just a little bit choppy, but storms will arrive, looks like late in the day or Sunday evening. Some potential for severe weather to develop with that as well.
Thank you, Alan. An initiative to give Oklahoma voters the chance to change liquor laws has been shot down by the state Supreme Court. KTEN Sarah Williams joins us now live in the Ardmore studio with the details. Sarah.
Kathleen, organizers say they're disappointed. They feel the initiative would have been good for Oklahoma business and helped consumers.
The most appealing part to most people we talked to of a ballot initiative for Oklahoma liquor laws to change was that High Point cold beer could have been sold in stores.
I think they should have passed it because it would have kept Oklahoma's money here in Oklahoma instead of people traveling up and down the interstate, just to go down there just to get, a different point, liquor. So I think they should have passed it.
Others say they wouldn't be glad to see the change.
I hate to see this state get it in this generation, because it's already a problem now.
Brian Kerr with the Retail Liquor Association of Oklahoma says they hope to get an alcohol reform on Tuesday's ballot, bringing many changes to the state's liquor laws. But it was struck down by the state's Supreme Court.
We'd hope to give Oklahomans an alternative to the Walmart plan of how alcohol laws should be reformed here in our state, and that petition was that plan.
Some of those changes would have included allowing grocery stores to stock cold High Point beer. Certain stores could have received permits to sell wine, and liquor stores could sell on holidays and offer mixers and other supermarket items.
We felt it was not only a service to our membership, the retail package stores, but also to the consumer and the citizens of Oklahoma to give them an alternative. And that's why we filed our petition, and that's why we'll continue to try to come up with a petition that works for the state of Oklahoma and the people of Oklahoma.
Some local liquor store managers we talked to say they're glad the initiative was not approved. They'd like the laws to stay the same, meaning less competition and money saved.
With us having to put refrigeration in to cool everything, that would be more money for us to have to put out and losing sales.
The Retail Liquor Association says they will continue to redraft the initiative, hoping to gain approval by the Supreme Court in future ballots. Live in the Ardmore studio, Sarah Williams, KTEN News.
Still ahead at 6, a local store bumped its competition to the curb with its latest award. We'll show you what they received.
Plus, it's been a week since the NFL draft, and some analysts are criticizing the Cowboys' second-round pick. Should we be concerned? Let's take a look later in sports.
And Alan's back with your full forecast for KTEN News at 6 returns. A new shop in a local downtown area is giving new life to the community and the mothers there. We'll show you why. That and more. So ahead.
course, it's just May in Texoma.
Doesn't seem that long ago it was a drought for 20 years, and all of a sudden we're underwater constantly.
Yeah, that's right. And fortunately, the next one won't bring that much rainfall to us, so we don't have to worry about flooding.
All right, thanks, Alan. Well, still to come on KTEN News at 6. The Stars on the ice tonight, trying not to have the Blues, but rather beat them. A preview of that Western Conference playoff game later in sports.
Plus, a local store is standing out from the rest. We'll show you why next.
Durant has pickles and ice cream, but it was missing one key pregnant craving today: maternity clothes.
A local maternity store opened just 2 years ago, and its success is being rewarded. KTEN's Madeline Hall has a story.
I am 9.5 months.
Women with the bun in the oven have a local woman to thank for covering their baby bumps.
No, it's very hard to find maternity clothes.
But that wasn't always the case.
Well, when I was pregnant, Durant didn't have a maternity baby store, and so I realized it was a market that was missing.
2 years ago, Holly Taylor opened the doors to her store with Bump.
So I thought it would be nice to open up a boutique-y maternity store here in my hometown.
On Tuesday, the store won a statewide award for Best New Business. The award was presented at the Oklahoma Main Street Center banquet.
I went last year, and this is actually what inspired me to apply for Best New Business. I went and I saw all of the different things that Main Streets are doing in other communities, and it was extremely inspiring.
Not only has the store been extremely successful, but it's also rich in history. Taylor started the business in the same building as her father's former business.
And when I was a kid, I'd walk from the middle school to here every day after school and then go to the old soda pop shop and get ice cream. And this was a building where I grew up. And so now to have my daughter in the same building in the same town means a lot to me.
And with no other maternity stores in the area, With Bump makes shopping one less stressful factor of pregnancy.
Pretty convenient, and the clothes are very nice.
Taylor says being a Durant native, the award is of the highest honor.
I was extremely proud to bring it back for my hometown.
Reporting from Durant, Madeline Hall, KTEN News.
And this isn't the first award Durant has brought home from the banquet. Last year, the town won 2 awards for Best Business and Best Business Practice. All right, Ashley, Jalen Smith, good or bad?
You know what? Since I'm an Irish fan, it's a great pick. However, analysts don't necessarily agree with me. It could be bad, but Jerry Jones is going to assure you it's not. That's next in sports.
Alan, how's our Friday looking?
I think you'll like Friday. Did you like today?
I did.
Okay, well, you're going to like Friday too then, I think. Things do begin to change by Sunday, hopefully not till late in the day Sunday or evening time frame. And then the system actually tracks across our area on Monday, giving us a more widespread chance of thunderstorms. Some with some hail and high wind appear to be the major risk at this point. And another round could very well develop toward the end of next week. So all in all, things have been good this week, but as we know, it's May and it's going to change.
Never lasts forever. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Have a great night. We'll see you back here at 10.